Also kind of spins as you scroll there. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, wow. That is nice. I love that color explosion. Wow, that is gorgeous. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool too as you kind of scroll. I am shocked. I love this color explosion. I'm shocked that this was made with one prompt. This is crazy. Let's take a look at another one. This is the camera. Oh, that is cool. Look at this. Beautiful. Wow, that is nice. I like this close-up right there as you scroll on this camera. I mean, again, it's kind of shocking that this is one prompt. So I thought I would never say this, but GPT 5.6 Soul might be the best model for designing website, even better than Claude Fable 5. And it's a lot cheaper than Fable 5. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to design incredible website with the GPT 5.6 Soul. And on top of that, I'm going to give you this entire prompt pack completely for free. So you can just basically copy paste any of these different website designs that you prefer for your personal use, or if you have an agency that builds website, this will be perfect for you. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a similar video about designing these type of websites with Claude Fable 5. And Claude Fable 5 is absolutely incredible at designing websites, especially these 3D scroll animations that are super popular. But a lot of people kept mentioning that it's very expensive. And it makes sense, right? Fable 5 is expensive, and it's also going away from your Claude subscription today, actually, and the day today. So then I've been testing the GPT 5.6 Soul that got recently released by OpenAI, their new model, to see if it comes close to Fable 5. And honestly, I've been absolutely impressed because not only is it really good, but on top of that, in some particular instances, it's actually better than Fable 5, especially when you consider the cost. So let me go ahead and show you step by step how to create incredible websites with the GPT 5.6 Soul model. And of course, for building websites like this, you need some kind of an AI model that's really good at generating images and videos as well. So I'm also going to be using Higgsfield MCP inside ChatGPT, so that way we can generate all of those resources all within our ChatGPT desktop app here. But don't worry, I'm going to show you all of this step by step. I'm using Higgsfield, but if you're planning to use something else, feel free to do it. I'm just going to show you this method, but you can apply this to any method you want. All right, so the first thing you need to do is I would suggest downloading the ChatGPT Codex app, or the ChatGPT desktop app essentially. So head over to openai.com/Codex. You can just basically download this for Mac OS, because obviously we're going to be using our ChatGPT app, and we're going to use our Codex here instead of the ChatGPT itself. So once you download this, you're going to come to Codex here, and you're going to click on New Chat. And then go ahead and create a folder. You can name it ChatGPT or whatever it is, and you can just basically point this to that, so that way all of your files and everything kind of lives in the same folder. Again, very similar to Claude Code if you've used it before. All right, so after you get that folder set up, the next thing we need to do is make sure you're selecting the GPT 5.6 Soul model. So you're going to come to the right hand corner right here. You're going to click on this. You can go to advanced. If this is not showing right away, right, if it shows something like this, you're just going to click on advanced, and now you have the ability to choose the model, the effort, the speed, and everything else. So the model, I'm choosing the 5.6 Soul, but you have the other option to choose the Terra or Luna. If you didn't see the announcement, they basically split this model into 3 different sectors based on pricing. So I'm gonna choose the 5.6 Soul because that is the best model from this particular family of models, but you can test out the other ones as well. So I'm just going to click on that, and then obviously, just like the effort you have in Claude and Claude Code, you can choose the different effort levels. I'm going to actually choose extra high, but high works as well because I tested both of these. Extra high actually gives you a better result. Of course, it's going to consume a bit more tokens, but since you're just using one prompt, it just makes sense to make sure you're getting the better model. And then the speed, you can leave it as standard in there as well. All right, so now that our Codex is all set up, the next thing we need to do is give ChatGPT the ability to generate these incredible 3D effects, right? So this is basically as you scroll, so you can see this kind of explosion of colors, and then also these other features like these zoom in effect and kind of, again, same thing, explosion of these different parts. This is all created with different video frames, and it's combined with a tool called FFmpeg, right? So we need to give ChatGPT access to a video model, so that way it generates all these frames, and then also it should be able to combine all of them together without us doing much. So that's why we need to give access or give ChatGPT or 5.6 Soul, GPT 5.6 Soul, access to the Higgsfield MCP, so that way it can grab all of that stuff from our chat session right here. Again, I'm using Higgsfield. You guys can use whatever you want, but when it comes to like kind of one-shot prompting, I feel like this is the best solution there. All right, so in order to grab the Higgsfield MCP, and by the way, if you're not familiar with Higgsfield MCP, it's kind of like a one-stop shop for all image models, video models, audio models, and tools like FFmpeg and everything else. And like I said, they have really good connection through their MCP with Claude, ChatGPT, Hermes agent, and everything else. So the setup is pretty simple. You're going to click on the link in the description. It's going to bring you right here. Make sure you sign up for an account. And of course, you have to put in some money inside your Higgsfield account because it's using these kind of higher end models like Seedance 2.0. So once you set up your account, you'll, again, same thing. You can just click on the link in the description. Again, it will bring you exactly in this space, in this particular area. So as you can see, I've selected MCP here. And then on the right hand side, you can see that you have access to Claude, ChatGPT, Cursor, OpenClaw, and everything else. The ChatGPT, you can just click on it. So you can click on MCP and just kind of follow these different steps. So we can do that. You can go to your settings, apps, advanced settings, enable developer setting mode, then click create app. And then you can just copy paste this Higgsfield MCP URL. Or if you want to be lazy like me, all you have to do is just copy this, go back to your ChatGPT, your Codex, and just basically say install this MCP for me, right? And you're just going to paste that URL. You're just going to press enter, and ChatGPT is going to go ahead and install everything for you. Of course, for me, I don't think this is going to install it again because I already have access to this. As you can see right here, this is the source that we're looking at, but it will probably double check again to make sure that the server is connected. And if it's not, then it's going to go ahead and install it. So there you go. So it says the server is already present in your global Codex MCP registry under Higgsfield with the exact URL you provided. I'm checking to save the details, blah, blah, blah. So for your particular scenario, what's going to happen is once you put this exact prompt in here, it's going to actually ask you to click on that link, which will authenticate your Higgsfield. And all you have to do is just click on approve, and it's going to take you back to your ChatGPT. And now you have access to your Higgsfield MCP. All right. So once you do that, now you have everything you need in order to start building amazing websites with one prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and start a completely new chat. So that way it's nice and fresh. So everything is good to go. 5.6 Soul, extra high. So the next step is now grabbing the prompt pack here. Again, I've compiled all of these different prompt packs for you guys, depending on whatever need you have. So if you want to create kind of that camera effect that you saw, right? So you have the entire prompt right here, a portfolio, right? If you want to create a portfolio, and also all different types of design that I've given you guys. And again, the point of this is to give you an example of an entire system that's there, right? So you can change the subject, but the system is going to be still the same. So I've given you guys formulas for different website designs and all of these prompts, right? So you can just basically use this as an inspiration to do whatever you want. All right, so to grab this prompt pack, again, this is completely free. All you have to do is click in a link in the description. It's going to bring you to this free community. Again, there's going to be multiple links in the description. Make sure you click on the free community description, and it's going to bring you to AI Workshop Lite. Again, this is a completely free community. Once you click on this and it brings you to the community, it's going to bring you to the about page. You're just going to click on join, right? And it's, you're going to be able to join the community, after that. And then you're going to go to the classroom section. You're going to go to the YouTube resources, and then all of the prompts and everything is going to be here inside the Claude Code folder. And I have a bunch of other free stuff in there that you guys can completely, utilize. So once you grab that, let's go back to our ChatGPT here. And then I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Let's go ahead and select one of these prompts. So that way we can kind of just use this, so that way you know how this works. So let me see here. So there's Aurelia, ringborn from fire, a whiskey caught mid splash. These are all like different designs. Knox, an orchard that opens for you. Abyss, a watch that sinks as you scroll. Oh, this is a good one. So let's go ahead and grab this one. So all I'm gonna do is just kind of copy all of this, go back to my ChatGPT here, and I'm going to paste this. So I'm going to go ahead and enter this and then explain what this prompt is. So let me go ahead and, so there you go. It says thinking. Now it's going to go ahead and move forward. So let me give you a quick overview of what this thing is, right? So it says, on top right here, you're building a one-page, award-grade scroll cinematic website. Work autonomously end-to-end, generate assets with Higgsfield connector, right? Then build and run the site with Codex. No plans, no placeholder. The product, a fictional brand called Abyss Mark II, a titanium dive watch rated to 3,000 meters. So now we're giving it all of these different instructions. We're telling him, hey, use the Higgsfield connector to generate all of the resources, all of the assets, the images, the videos, and all the other tools, kind of like putting the frames together and everything else. And we're also giving me details of the product itself. And this is where you can now change this to your own liking, right? So if you're, for instance, using this for your own brand, if you have an e-commerce website or whatever it is, this is where you can like make these changes yourself and use this as a template. So we're giving it the concept, right? So the concept is a descent. The watch sinks through the ocean as the visitor scrolls, water shading from sunlight turquoise through indigo to absolute black. So we're actually giving him the technique, the concept, right? We're giving him the image models, which image models to use. We're giving them the frames, right? I'm saying use FFmpeg, 150 frames per clip. So all of that good stuff, right? Now, one quick thing, as you can see right here in the bottom right away, it says, I'm using the site's building hosting skills for implementation and publishing workflow. Now, one thing that's really cool about GPT 5.6 Soul or ChatGPT, I think in general, this got released recently. It's called the site skill. So it says sites is in public beta, availability can depend, whatever. It says build and share hosted sites in ChatGPT. So the cool thing about this is that sites will allow ChatGPT to create, host, refine, and share website and web apps, games, all in the same exact workflow without deploying any kind of a separate thing, right? So you will see once it creates all of that, once it completes, you will see what I'm talking about, because it will just do a hosting itself on a native browser, and all you have to do is just log in with your ChatGPT account. So in order to enable ChatGPT to use this site skills that it has natively, all you have to do, it says in ChatGPT, include the word website in your prompt or mention add sites to start the site workflow explicitly. And in our case, because we told it explicitly to build a website, so therefore it already detects that and it will automatically utilize the site's website right here. So one cool thing about building these cinematic websites is the more you build, the better skill set and the more options and folders and files will live inside your local folder. So for instance, I've built a bunch of these scroll semantic websites. By the way, this is my AI second brain. This is my assistant Jarvis. So I'm just going to pull up those skills for you just quickly.
Hands-free engaged, sir. Say Jarvis and I shall answer.
Hey Jarvis, can you pull up my cinematic scroll skills, please?
I've pulled up all the information, sir. You can read it yourself, or if you'd like, say, read it out loud, and I shall.
No, that's fine. Thank you, Jarvis.
Very good, sir. Standing by.
Okay, so as you can see right here, it's all kind of like all of these different nodes that you're seeing. These are all the scroll cinematic websites that I've built. Now, all of this is corresponding to the different designs that I've already created, and it will get to a point where you will now have all of these different designs at your disposal. So moving forward, depending on whatever subject you're building these things, you can essentially reference these files that are already inside your local machine. So that's the beauty of using Codex or Claude Code inside a local folder, because you are basically training this AI second brain of yours to add all of these skills as you interact and as you build these things. And by the way, if you're interested in building your AI second brain, if you haven't built that already, or if you want something, a personal assistant like Jarvis, which is very cool, check out the paid community inside AI Workshop. You can just head over to the classroom section there, and you can download Jarvis AI Assistant, just like a zip file, and you can upload it on your computer, and you will have a version of this where now you will have kind of these 3D scrolls, and also Jarvis, which is an incredible assistant here. Jarvis, say quickly hi to everybody that are watching you.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am Jarvis, Sir Zubair's second brain, chief note wrangler, and the only butler he trusts to remember what he forgot he was building.
All right, so that's Jarvis for you. Hope you guys, this is probably one of the fun projects I've ever built. Anyway, so let's go back and see what's going on here. All right, so it looks like it's still working. Let's go ahead and let this finish. All right, so after 25 minutes and went ahead and completed the job. So you can see it used our Higgsfield to generate our images of our watches. It also used a bunch of different other tools to put everything together. And as you can see right here, it says Abyss Mark II is only visible to you, and this is kind of that site. So it says use sites and browser ran commands, right? So it's locked But if you are obviously in your own Codex session, all you have to do is just click on open, and this is going to go ahead and open this exact same site for you. And of course, like if it's your first time, it's going to ask you to log in. So there you go. Let's take a look at our website here. All right. So this is kind of the landing page right away. So as you scroll, now things change. So take a look at this. Oh, that is cool, right? Look at that. So as that water kind of jumps into the water, and I'm scrolling by there right now. So there you go. That's now the second frame. Now, as you can see on the right-hand side, this is the depth. So as I kind of go up and down, the depth moves, right? That's actually pretty nice. So it's a sea level. And just like we mentioned, so as we scroll down, the light disappears and the watch descends. Very nice. That is beautiful, actually. Wow. That is really cool. And it kind of zooms into the watch. The light persists. Wow. That is actually impressive. I mean, again, this is with one prompt. Like, this looks like it was made in a professional studio. Very cool. I love it already. This is nice. So you can see in the bottom, it has all of these different little cards that talks about the aspects of this watch itself. In the bottom, you have the email address. So very simple, but very beautiful. So it has this scroll animation effect as you go up and down. As you scroll up and down, you can see that the watch kind of descends, and the first frame is obviously the watch. The watch is introduced as abyss, and it falls right on the, on the water. And afterwards, as you scroll, right, you can see on the right hand side the depth, and it kind of goes and disappears into the darkness, but it illuminates the watch itself and kind of zooms in, shows at the green. This looks like an actual real watch, to be honest. But anyway, so that's how you can generate these amazing 3D scroll website animations. And of course, that's just one example, right? So this was the one that I just copied pasted. Let's say you want to create other designs. So this one's like nor a piano revealed by light. So as you can see, the technique for each of these is different, right? So this was the one where we just created that was kind of, as you scroll, the watch descends down to the ocean. So that's one effect. This one is Knox and Orchid that opens. This one's really cool as well. So this basically is a product where it's kind of like a tree, like an orchard tree. And as you scroll down, each of these different leaves kind of fall and bloom and shows the product afterwards. So again, different designs and different aspects of these scroll animation. This one's called Whiskey Cotton Mid Splash. So as you scroll, kind of that splash effect that we saw in our intro of the video with the different colors, it's kind of similar to that as well. A ring born from fire. This is really cool as well. You have kind of this gold, molten gold that kind of falls and forms this aura ring, which is very cool animation as well. And you also have like a nice little portfolio, because everybody needs a good portfolio there. And this one's the camera effect. So that way you see kind of that different parts explode into different pieces and then come back together. So again, all of this is different designs for you guys to take a look. And cost, by the way, is approximately around, $5 per website. So again, depends on how many videos and how many frames you're using or how many images you're using. So the cost will vary, but it could be anywhere between $5 to $20, let's say, for a website, right? For a website like this is absolutely incredible. And you can easily sell this for a couple of $100s to thousands of dollars, depending on the complexity of your website there. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And of course, like I said, the prompt pack is going to be in the description for the free community. And like I said, if you're interested in joining the paid community to grab Jarvis AI employees and learn how to monetize these AI employees and learn Claude Code and, how to start your AI agency, check out the paid community. That's going to be in the link in the description as well. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, because I'll be testing a lot more of these website builds and different effects and building more AI employees and AI assistants in the future videos that you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.